Have you ever read a book that you just couldn't put down? One that kept you turning pages late into the night, unable to stop? Or maybe an article that kept you on the edge of your seat, making you forget about everything else around you? That's the power of engaging writing. It draws you in and makes you feel connected to the story or the information being shared. It's like a magic trick that pulls you into the story and makes you forget about the world around you, immersing you completely. Engaging writing isn't about fancy words or complicated sentences. It's about clarity and simplicity. It's about connecting with the reader and making them feel something deep and genuine. It's about telling a story that resonates with their own experiences and emotions, making them see themselves in the narrative. Think about your favorite books or movies. What is it that makes them so special to you? What makes them so captivating? Is it the characters, the plot, or the way the story is told? Is it the characters, the plot, or the way the story is told? Maybe it's a combination of all these elements. What makes you want to keep reading or watching, even when you know you should be doing something else? The goal of this essay is to give you the tools to create that same feeling in your own writing, to help you captivate your readers. Whether you're writing a novel, a blog post, or even just an email to a friend, these tips will help you make your writing more engaging and enjoyable to read. So, let's dive in and explore what makes writing truly exciting and how you can harness that power in your own work. Imagine reading a book where everything is described in the blandest way possible. The room was white, the walls were bare, and there was nothing to catch your eye. There was a chair in the corner. Boring, right? It doesn't spark any interest or curiosity. Now imagine this. Sunlight streamed through the window, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. The room feels alive, doesn't it? A lone velvet armchair sat in the corner, bathed in a pool of golden light. See the difference? The scene is now inviting and warm. Vivid descriptions bring your writing to life. They transform simple scenes into vivid images in the reader's mind. Use sensory details to engage your reader's imagination. Think about how you can describe the world through the five senses. Describe how things look, sound, smell, taste, and feel. Each sense adds a layer of depth to your writing. Don't just tell us about a sunset. Show us the fiery hues painting the sky, the way the colors blend and shift. The smell of the cool evening air, crisp and refreshing. The feeling of the breeze on your skin, gentle and soothing. For example, instead of writing, "The coffee was hot," you could say, "The aroma of freshly brewed coffee filled the air, rich and inviting, its steam swirling like a warm invitation, curling upwards in delicate tendrils." One sip, and the bitter, earthy liquid sent a jolt of warmth through me, waking up my senses. Remember, the goal is to create an immersive experience for your reader, making them feel like they're right there in the story with you. Every detail you add helps to build a world they can step into. Characters are the heart of any good story. They are the ones who drive the plot forward and keep the readers engaged. Whether they're fictional or based on real people, your characters need to be relatable and engaging. They should evoke emotions and make readers care about their journey. Give them quirks, flaws, and motivations that make them feel real. These details add layers to their personality and make them more believable. Think about your favorite characters from books, movies, or even video games. What makes them stand out in your memory? What makes them so memorable? Is it their unique traits, their compelling backstory, or their growth throughout the story? Is it their sense of humor, their bravery, their vulnerability? These attributes make them relatable and endearing. What makes you root for them or against them? Understanding these elements can help you craft characters that resonate with your audience. Don't be afraid to give your characters depth and complexity. Their struggles and triumphs should feel genuine and impactful. Even villains should have reasons for their actions. A well-developed antagonist can add richness to your story. The more real your characters feel, the more invested your readers will be in their journey. They should feel like real people with real emotions. For instance, instead of writing, "The hero was strong and brave," you could say, "Despite the tremor in his hand, he raised his sword, his gaze unwavering." This paints a vivid picture. Fear gnawed at him, but the thought of his loved ones fueled his courage. This adds emotional depth to the character's actions. By showing your characters' vulnerabilities and inner struggles, you make them more human and relatable to your readers. This connection is what keeps readers turning the pages. Nobody wants to read a textbook all the time, unless they're studying for an exam, of course. But when it comes to engaging writing, a conversational tone is key. Write as if you're talking to a friend. Use contractions, ask questions, and don't be afraid to let your personality shine through. Imagine you're telling your friend about an exciting experience you had. You wouldn't use formal language and complex sentences, right? You'd be animated, expressive, and use everyday language. For example, instead of writing, the aforementioned situation presented a unique set of challenges. You could say, "Dude, you won't believe what happened. I was in this crazy situation and I had no idea what to do." See? It's more natural, more engaging, and it sounds more like you. Don't be afraid to let your own voice and style shine through in your writing. Section 5. The never-ending story. Remember those TV shows that left you hanging at the most exciting part? That's the power of a good cliffhanger. It's like a literary cliffhanger, leaving the reader wanting more. Start with a strong hook that grabs the reader's attention from the first sentence. Then, sprinkle in mini cliffhangers throughout your writing to keep them engaged. End each chapter or section with a burning question or an unresolved conflict that leaves them eager to find out what happens next. For example, instead of writing, "He opened the door and was surprised by what he saw," you could write, "His hand trembled as he reached for the doorknob. A cold dread washed over him. With a deep breath, he pushed the door open, and his blood ran cold. What did he see?" Now the reader has to keep reading to find out. That's the power of a good cliffhanger. Section 6. Actions speak louder. Show, don't tell is one of the golden rules of writing. Instead of telling your readers what's happening, show them through vivid descriptions, actions, and dialogue. Let your reader experience the story through the character's senses and emotions. For example, instead of writing, "She was sad," you could say, "A single tear rolled down her cheek, leaving a glistening trail against her porcelain skin. Her lower lip trembled as she fought to maintain her composure." Instead of writing, "He was angry," you could write, "His fist clenched around the crumpled letter, his knuckles turning white. A vein pulsed visibly in his forehead, and his chest heaved with suppressed rage." By showing, rather than telling, you create a more immersive and engaging experience for your reader. Section 7. Polishing your gem. Even the best writers need to edit their work. Think of editing as polishing a diamond. You start with a rough stone, and through careful cutting and polishing, you reveal its brilliance. Read your work carefully, looking for any grammatical errors, typos, or awkward phrasing. Read it out loud to see how it flows. Ask yourself, is every sentence clear and concise? Does the story flow smoothly? Are there any parts that are confusing or boring? Don't be afraid to cut out unnecessary words or rewrite sections that aren't working. Remember, good writing is a process, and it takes time and effort to craft a truly engaging piece. Section 8. Finding your voice. One of the most important things in writing is to find your own voice. Don't try to be someone you're not. Write about what you're passionate about, and let your personality shine through in your writing. Just like everyone has a unique speaking voice, everyone has a unique writing voice. It's what makes your writing yours. Don't be afraid to experiment with different styles and genres until you find what feels most natural and authentic to you. Read widely, and pay attention to the writing styles of different authors. What do you like about their writing? What don't you like? Learning from other writers can help you develop your own unique style. Section 9. The joy of writing. Writing shouldn't feel like a chore. It should be something you enjoy. If you're not having fun, it will show in your writing. So, relax. Let go of your inner critic and allow yourself to enjoy the process. Write about topics that excite you, experiment with different genres, and don't be afraid to be silly or serious or anywhere in between. The most important thing is to write from your heart and let your passion shine through. Remember, writing is a journey, not a destination. Enjoy the ride. Section 10. Go forth and write. You are now armed with the tools to become a more engaging writer. Remember to paint vivid pictures with your words, create relatable characters, and use a conversational tone. Keep your readers on the edge of their seats with hooks and cliffhangers. And show, don't tell. Don't forget to edit rigorously and find your own unique voice. Most importantly, have fun. Writing is a journey of self-discovery and creativity. Embrace it and let your imagination soar. Now go out there and write something amazing.